it leads us nicely into the topic of Kumbhamela. And what's the history behind this? Everybody knows the story, but if you could briefly still go through it.
When it, happened, the Samudra Manthan, when there was a fight between Devatas and Asuras to get the Amruta, the Amrut. Uh, so lot of things started coming out of that Manthan. So goddess Lakshmi came and Airavata came, and the Dhanvantari, he came with the pot of Amruta holding that nectar pot, and all the asuras started following Dhanvantari. So the son of Indra took that pot from Dhanvantari and started running. And in that all kind of a mess, four
Struggle.
drops of nectar fell at four places. That is Haridwar, Prayagraj, Ujjain, and Nashik. And from there on, this event, which we can call it as the spiritual gathering, started happening. And Adi Shankaracharya has set up these akhadas where these Naga sadhus were trained into shastras and shastras, like how to use even the weapons, because at that time when the Mughal rule or the British rule was there, our own Naga sadhus were at the battlefield to fight against them.
That's
But
why it is
later
called
on,
akhada.
akhada, yes,
Practice almost, isn't it?
exactly. But now they are mainly the guardians of our Sanatan Dharma. So if you want to know or understand what Sanatana Dharma is, I think Kumbh Mela is the best place, because I have experienced it myself, all the akhadas were full of these Naga sadhus. They were constantly delivering certain kinds of messages to the devotees who were coming and meeting them. Even there are like satsangas or lectures going on in bigger halls. So this kind of background it has got.
And you have this lovely presentation of different akhada. Would you like to share it?
So mainly these akhadas, those devotees who are the followers of Shiva, these are the Shaiva akhadas, and the devotees of Vaishnava, they are called as the Vaishnava akhadas. And these are basically the names of these akhadas. So
Right.
Anirvani, Niranjani, Juna Akhada, Atal, Avahan, Agni, and Anand. And similarly, Digambar, Nirvani, and Nirmohi are the Vaishnav Akhadas. And there were two more, the Udasin. These Naga sadhus are the followers of Guru Nanak. So Bada, Naya Akhada, and Nirmal Akhada. And this year's highlight was the Kinnar Akhada.
Oh, so the Kinnar Akhada never comes to the Kumbh Mela otherwise. Or was it just a
So
highlight?
what I heard is for first time they have given the place there
Oh, I see. Okay.
in the Akhada to have their own identity.
Right. And so you were able to go and visit the Kinnar Akhada as well?
Unfortunately not,
Oh,
because
okay.
the main thing is you have to walk a lot.
Yes.
And because I was there on the Amrita Snan days, like Makar Sankranti and Paush Purnima, they have entirely, stopped the transport in the Kumbhamela city as well and in the Prayagraj city as well.
Right.
So if you want to, like, go from one sector to another, you have to walk at least 8 to 10 kilometers.
Okay, wow. It just gives you the idea of how huge this is, isn't it? I mean,
Yes.
I'm sure that we are going to come to that, isn't it, through your slides? Yeah. Yeah, amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, means, you cannot imagine the vastness of it. I felt after coming back from Kumbh Mela is, I haven't seen anything. I
Oh,
just
wow.
visited a few akhadas, did my, holy dip, and I came back. That's
Ketki,
it.
why is this called the Mahakumbha and why isn't this every 4 years, isn't it? Why aren't the
So
other?
every 6 years, what happens is Ardha Kumbha.
Okay.
Every 12 years is Purna Kumbha. And this was after, like, when 12 Purna Kumbhamelas are finished.
Oh,
So it is coming after 144 years.
oh,
And hence
okay.
it is called as Mahakumbhamela.
Acha, acha, acha. So there have been 12, you said? 12
Yes.
Purna Kumbh Melas.
Kumbhamela. So
Okay.
it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, unless you're going to live for another 144 years.
You
Oh,
you
wow.
need definitely anugraha for that.
Lots of anugrah.
So these are a few other slides where we went to different akhadas. So there were total 13 akhadas. In one day, we were able to finish almost 8 to 10 akhadas. And
How
we
many
were
days were you there for total, Ketki?
2 days.
2 days.
2
Excellent.
days. So one day just to travel and another day to come back. So we, get to meet them. Otherwise, these Naga sadhus won't interact with us. So this is the only place where they will interact at a very individual level. If you ask them any questions, they will give you, good advice, good guidance, whatever you are looking for.
And they can come from any part of India, is it? They just travel from.
Yes, yes. So right from Himalayas, different ashrams, even they have akhadas, in different parts of India. Similarly, akhada was the attraction, and this bhandara was the another attraction. So in each akhada, constant, the annadana was going on. I think Kumbhamela is the place where it is the time for donating food.
Okay. That's a good time to donate food, right?
Yes, yes. It's again on a very huge scale. When I, went to Udasin Akhada, we had our breakfast and lunch there. And like, in wedding, we have sitting, in
Yeah.
olden days, they
Yeah.
sit,
Like the picture
eat,
there.
and
Yeah.
leave the place. Similarly, this was happening, but at a huge scale, around 25 to 30,000 people were, eating together and leaving the place, and same group of people again entering into the hall. And,
And
we
so how do they manage to keep all of this clean and it's just continuously keeping, they just keep going?
Yeah. So I was coming to that point. The
Oh, sorry.
volunteers, they were working so hard.
Hmm.
They were cleaning the place, they were serving the food, they were again taking the plates, they're washing the plates. So everything is done. So it's I think, a very good example of teamwork.
All these sadhus, are they all Naga sadhus? Udasin Akhada and the Kinnar Akhada, obviously not Naga sadhus. Are all the other Akhada people sadhus? Or am I just
So
getting the terms
mainly,
wrong?
each akhada will have their head of the akhada,
Right.
which is called as the Mahant or Mahamandaleshwar. And they are, having the followers or their students. Some are Naga sadhus, some haven't become Naga sadhu yet. So they have to go through the 12 years of, like an exam. It's a 12-year course.
Tapasya, yes.
Yes, and they examine you, they test you, and depending on what you are capable of, again in Kumbh Mela, there is a process of making that student a Naga sadhu.
Right, right. It's an
Yeah.
important time for them to become a full Naga sadhu, right?
Full Naga sadhu.
Okay. And does the term Naga come from Nag or is this something different?
It means Nagna.
Okay.
So they are completely naked and they just, wear a small.
Yeah, just to cover their private parts.
Yeah, that's it. So, it was in January in Prayagraj. It was very cold, but they were not wearing, any clothes.
Wow.
Depends, some Naga sadhus preferred wearing clothes because now they are coming in the, in
The
the
public,
community
yeah.
where people are constantly coming to them. So some Naga sadhus you will see wearing clothes, but some Naga sadhus, they are not wearing clothes. But yes, when you see them, you really admire them that how, they are following such strict rules or following, such hard kind of practice for so many years. And only out of that hardship or that penance or that tapascharya, they're getting a lot of siddhis. Yeah, so later on Makar Sankranti day, we went for the most famous sacred dip. And again, it's a privilege to come with, the Naga sadhus of particular akhada. So we were walking with them, with the Naga sadhus of Udasin akhada. And because of sheer crowd, we just got the last boat which took us to the Triveni Sangam.
Oh, wow. That's another grace, right?
Yes, we didn't have any hope because these, people were like, not in a mood because people were constantly requesting, okay, please take us there, take us there. But somehow we managed to reach the Triveni Sangam and took the deep. And because it is the union of three rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati, it is the most sacred dip. When you visit such places, having a little bit of background about these things, then you, in a real sense, understand its significance. Otherwise, it's just,
Yeah, it's like a tourist trip.
a river for you or just a normal river for you. But unless and until you understand what Ganga stands for, what Yamuna stands for, what Saraswati stands for, and there is the union and there you're taking a dip. So there is something special about it. There are certain astronomical conditions. Because of that is even more special. Not only human beings, but all the celestial beings also visit that place during that time.
So they are taking a dip as well. Wow.
Yes. The water becomes more pure because of the Amrita Snan, which Naga sadhus have that
Lot
respect.
of power, yes.
Yes, they have the privilege to do the snan first, and only after their snan, we are allowed to take a dip inside. So now we understand what kind of energy that water must be having. So it's not a ordinary when we, in a monsoon season, we go to a waterfall or some kind of a river and, we have fun there. That is different, and this is different.
So would you like to elaborate about the significance of Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati here?
So, as we say, Ganga is all about knowledge.
Okay.
So she represents the jnana on the path of spirituality, what you need first. Unless and until you have knowledge about what you're seeking, it is useless. So she gives you the jnana part, the knowledge part. Yamuna gives you the bhakti part. So only you have knowledge, that's it. But you don't have the bhakti or that devotion or a kind of compassion, love towards what you're seeking. Again, it's not going to take you anywhere. And the river Saraswati stands for inspiration. So because of your knowledge and devotion, that source of inspiration has become active within you. No one is telling you to do your sadhana. But because of your own inspiration, you are doing your sadhana. No one is telling me to chant mantras every day, but from where it is coming. So some kind of inspiration is making me do this again and again. So I'm just giving one example, but when these three things come together, I think there is a lot more chance of progressing on the path of spirituality, and hence the importance of these three rivers.
Ketki, I was once told, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. So I was told by one of these pujaris in a temple that Ganga Yamuna represent Ida Pingala, and Saraswati, because it's Lupta, which is
Correct.
hiding, it's
Correct.
the Sushumna.
Sushumna.
I mean,
Yes.
is that
Absolutely. Yes. Correct.
okay?
And all our sadhana is to, activate the dormant nadi, that is Sushumna.
which is the Ganga and which is the Yamuna, Ida Pingala मध्ये?
Probably right side, that is the Surya Nadi, is Ganga, and Chandra Nadi is Yamuna.
Because it's the more emotional bit, it's the left, and
Yes.
the more
Yes.
Rajasic bit.
Devotion is all about emotions, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Excellent, beautiful.
Yeah, so this is called as a tent city or the Kumbha city. Again, a very significant thing about this place, because this place doesn't exist once the monsoon starts. Everything goes
It's all
underwater.
underwater. Oh, wow. Okay.
So I was, so surprised because I was not aware about this. So when I reached Prayagraj airport and sat in taxi, the taxi driver was very talkative and he was, giving us a lot of information. He told us, "Ki you are very lucky because now you are going to stay in Ganga Maiya ki god mein."
Oh, yeah, true.
So I said, how come? Then he said that the water of Ganga resides in, month of right from November, December, Jan, Feb. And this place gets empty. And this is the time when this Kumbhamela happens. So we all are, whatever you're seeing, all these tents, all these people living in tent, they are literally staying in Ganga's God. And that feeling itself was so uplifting.
Yeah. So for the non Hindi or Indian language speakers, God is like the lap. So you're literally in Ganga's lap is what the translation is. Excellent. And what were the tents were clean and you had beds in there and there were toilets, and how was it, Ketki?
So I don't have the inside picture of tent. I've not put it on the slide, but our tent was quite clean. And they were given even extra blankets because there were no heaters. So we requested for 2 extra blankets and they immediately gave us. Toilets were clean, even whatever we requested, the kettle or hot water or whatever, they were trying their level best.
Wow. Okay.
To, fulfill and keep all the devotees, whoever come there, to keep them
And so
happy.
there's a charge to you book a tent and there's a charge, or there's a charge for the whole trip, or how does it work?
So I booked my trip through a travel agent.
Right.
So yes,
So
there
there was a
was
charge for the whole trip.
so there were like, the deluxe tents and the luxury tents.
Okay.
So accordingly, the tariff was there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not that spiritually developed, you see. Ketkis, I'm more worried about the luxury tent. But I mean, already the fact that you didn't have to carry bedding and you could just ask them for kettle and extra blankets, etc., is amazing, because the number of the statistics is just the number of people which visit this Kumbh Mela, like their statistics like so many times of a football stadium and all this. So,
Yes,
already
yes,
it's the scale
absolutely.
is
And
just.
they were even giving donations of the blankets.
Oh, okay.
So those, people who cannot even afford to stay in tents. So in akhadas, they have given the facility to people to stay free of charge, to eat free of charge, and even all the bedding, blankets, everything is provided.
Wow. So, of course, you come back to our sunny England from the Kumbh Mela.
Yes, definitely.
So, what do you think changed, Ketki, after the Kumbh for you?
What has changed within me is, I just felt that I have to start my sadhana once again.
Which you do really, but yeah, more intense, I suppose.
The level of detachment which I have seen in these Naga sadhus, even 1% of detachment, if we can bring in our lives will be much better and happier.
Because of course we can't do this 100% detachment. We are householders. So,
Yes,
but you're still saying as a householder, it's important to get some sort of a detachment.
detachment. Yes, detachment maybe, from our uh, personal likes and dislikes. I like this. I don't like this. We have even attachment for that.
Hmm.
And we sometimes feel very proud of it.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, not
So,
me. I don't do this. Yeah.
huh. So we can apply this detachment
Hmm.
at various levels.
Thank you, Ketki. This was lovely. A very different field, but thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Sujata. It's very nice because it was a very, easy flow as we talked
Yeah.
through, and I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you so much.